useful in being organised. My desk is known for its immaculate layout. It used to be very, very messy, but I use this system to great effect. I call them action folders, customer folders. I have a number of these sort of coloured folders. I've got the same thing on my computer. Now what I do is, for example, if I have a particular colleague that I have various conversations and meetings with, I create him a little folder. We'll call it Bill's folder. And in Bill's folder, I just put everything relating to Bill. So when Bill comes over, I literally just pick up his folder. I don't have to go, hold on, look in these papers. I mean, it's there. A bit like, you ever see Thunderbirds, when you had Thunderbird 2, and they had to go off on a mission, and then along would come all these different pods with different numbers on, until the right pod for that mission, up he got, and he got that pod. That's how I think of it. Each one has a pod. I have the same thing with different customers. Everything for that quote is there. It goes into the folder, it's to hand. It means you have a tidy desk. It means you save time because you're not looking for things except for the folders. And if you've got lots and lots of folders, you just have them organised. Very effective. And you know what? You may have to either go to the stationery cupboard to get a couple of folders, or, and you know, don't shoot the messenger here, maybe you're going to have to spend £5 on your own personal stationery to buy the folders. They're not expensive, okay? Well worth doing. And get multiple different colours as well, so you can have fun with it. You'll be surprised at how much this will save time for you. Everything is where you need it, like little information pods. All right, good. Okay, now you can also set these up on the computer so that you have little folders within your computer, and yeah, exactly like email structure. Same sort of thing, but actually have the physical ones as well. It's funny how people spend so much time organising their digital world, but then in the real world it's there. Don't be there, be organised. Because keeping everything in one place is essential. And when you've got a tidy desk and everything is where you know it is, how good do you feel? I know I feel a lot better. All right, now let's look at meetings. Another tool for meetings. How many of you get in? Yeah, all of you, brilliant. I'm trying to video this, so you've got to give me some slack, guys. Okay, how many of you get involved with meetings? All of you. Now, rule number one, always have an agenda. Always an agenda. Now, how many of you set your own meetings? All right, all of you set some meetings, some of you set. Do you set an agenda for your own meetings, Mandy? Okay, there's a reason why you should have an agenda. If you have an agenda, you are saying what we're going to talk about. You can set a start time and a finish time. You can stop overrun. You can stop people going off topic. This is what the meeting's about, and this is what we're going to talk about. And that's it. Focus and control. Now, how many of you get invited to meetings that aren't organised by you? Good. Always have an agenda. How are you going to set an agenda without you setting the meeting? Set or ask for a meeting duration. Ask what the meeting's about. Say to yourself, am I needed for this meeting to happen? And also, do I risk missing anything of interest if I'm not there? And lastly, can I get what the meeting was about from someone else? Okay, so when I first started off in business, I loved the meeting. It made me feel important. I mean, oh yeah, we get to have coffee, we can talk biscuits, we have a chat, I'm doing business here, people think I'm important. Loved the meeting. Meeting Michael I was, even though I was called Adam. But now, I'm allergic, Adam, to meetings. Few meetings as possible because it's time out of my day. I don't have a meeting for the sake of, unless there's an agenda. This is what we're going to talk about. Duration is set. I'll only go if I'm needed to make the meeting happen. Who does that remind you of? Groucho Marx. I wouldn't be a member of a club that wouldn't have me as a member. Do I risk missing anything by not attending? And that's only if I can't get someone to tell me what's going on. But if I have someone in the meeting that's going to give me a report on what's happening, then I don't need to be at the meeting, do I? And unless I want to get a particular objective across or influence the meeting, if I'm there for the ride, what's the point? Someone else can tell me. I don't need to watch every television programme to find out what's going on. It's a bit like that. Ultimately, preparation and planning gives you the time to be flexible and deal with any other problems. So for example, this training day. If I'm doing a 7-hour training day, I will be looking to be delivering material that if I was just talking it, I could do in about 3 hours. That gives me 4 hours to be flexible to deal with your issues and what you need. That's good time management. If I had a training session that meant I had 7 hours of material to give you, how can I deal with your own personal issues? How can I be bespoke to you? How can I listen to what you've got to do? I can't. I'm just going the whole time. That's not entertaining for you. It's not entertaining for me. You're not going to get the benefit out of it. I can be flexible. So much so that there is 20 minutes in every single training session that is to cater for potential fire alarms. It's crazy, isn't it? But I had a training session early on in my career where a fire alarm came and it completely blew one of the key parts of my training out the water because I'd never had the time to catch up. So now I incorporate that. It means I can do more of a Q&A at the end. How many times have I had a fire alarm since? Never. That's not the point. Be prepared. Good. Does that make sense? Lovely. Clearing your desk. Now, I appreciate, because I know this myself, that clearing your desk can be a traumatic event. You might need counselling, and as you know, the writer of Sell Your Attitude, I can give you that counselling. And very special mates race. Yeah, I know we spoke about it at lunchtime, Andy. It can be a traumatic event. Now, I've got a plan. It's called the 5-minute desk plan, and it means 5 minutes before the end of each hour, you spend 5 minutes clearing a corner or a section of your desk. Just a little bit. And then you crack on again. At the end of the next hour, 5-2, another 5 minutes clearing it. You do this and it may take you 3 or 4 days or 3 or 4 weeks to get that desk perfectly tidy. But once you've got it tidy and you keep using 5 minutes, as you go on through your life, that time will mean you've always got a tidy workspace. It makes it tidy if it's messy and it keeps it tidy. And when you've got that workspace tidy, what it means is that the 55 minutes that you're not tidying your desk, you're working at a much faster rate with less stress and more of a calm attitude. Does that make sense? The 5 minute before the hour clearing your desk. Who in here has got a messy desk? I know Mandy has. We discussed that before. How many of you would like your desk to be tidy? How many would like a little desk fairy to tidy your desk overnight, sort everything out, file it, and you come and go, oh, perfect. Wouldn't that be great? This is your desk fairy. All right? You don't have to wear wings or anything when you do it. Good.